No. In the flights, they have the working business class.
First class.
First class. That's the one. That's the one.
All right.
Man, I would have been a terrible Pictionary player. Anyways, DEWA United currently at match point. 35 more seconds until we get into the draft. I think Rebellion here. Game 1, that draft a little bit rough because DEWA slowly picked it apart. I think Rebellion needs to start thinking about different avenues, but they can't just focus on Azura's guys. They might actually have to ban out this Lancelot.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about the play styles, right? Like, from the side of DEWA United, they've pretty much shown their hands in those stats as well. They do like to lean onto those assassin junglers, and for Rebellion Zion, they do lean onto the tank junglers. So I feel like DEWA United, they have a rough idea. They don't mind playing textbook, but the problem is they are not comfortable playing against assassin junglers, which is pretty much a very, very huge indication during their first game draft. They ban off Ling, they ban off, I think, the Hayabusa as well, which, sorry, not Hayabusa, they ban off
Ling, Fredrin.
Fredrin as well. These are two heroes that are very, very annoying to deal with, but I feel like they just don't want to deal with a assassin matchup. Jungler.
I think
if they were to play the Lancelot again.
I think that in that particular situation, right, when you ban out something like along the lines of like Ling and Fanny, you're less afraid of their kill potential because you can play around that, but what you can't handle is just the overall mobility, right? You could be taking 2 trades on 2 different sides of the lane, and Ling can affect both of them.
Yeah, it's annoying to do it as well, but Ling has taken a very, very huge hit in terms of win rates over the past few months of patches as well, which is kind of surprising that they still went for it, but I guess they do still want to play around Lanaya's capabilities, and this is something that DEWA United Esports is so good at. They play around him.
It's professional play, right? It's less about like, I mean, obviously numbers play a part, but if it's like generally mediocre and it's not something that you don't really have to worry about, then it's about the application. What does it bring to the game? Each hero, I would say, I would like to imagine that all of them kind of fit this particular puzzle piece. The question is, how do you kind of arrange it in a nice symmetrical order?
Okay, so let me give you guys a little bit more context, Bill. Based on the recent patch, Moonton has pretty much nerfed the goal lane a little bit here. And in terms of Game 1 summary, Rebel and Zion, they had a conversation where they want to try and power farm the goal laner in terms of idea in the early stage game. Whereas DEWA United, they're looking to just force fight across the map and just win in general.
Okay.
Would you say that that's going to be the play?
That's going to be the play?
Or the summarized version of what they were trying to do in Game 1?
No, not really. I think they very much both teams wanted, DEWA United wanted to attack the gold lane. Rebellion Zion wanted to defend the gold lane. DEWA made the adaptation to play the map. Rebellion Zion decided to, shut out this Grok, so all they had to deal with is the Lapu Lapu in the backline, which is easy to handle just with the Winds of Nature alone. So I think Rebellion Zion, they had it all kind of, DEWA United Esports had it all kind of planned out to a degree.
Now,
there we go. Lancelot ban.
Speaking of planning things out, Rebel and Zion, they just couldn't handle the Lancelot at all. It's just playing too well. So this is going to be a game where Lanaya is going to be forced to play something else. So I guess this is something that DEWA United Esports is going to be anticipating as well. And speaking of this ban as well, what is going to be let through? Because we're talking about OP pickups here. What is going to be out right now? Valentina's priority? Or would you say just risk it, Novaria first pick straight up?
I don't think going Novaria blind is a suggested idea, especially where she's currently at in the meta right now. I think that Farmis or Valentina either take priority here, but instead they're going to go for the Yve. They don't mind letting DEWA United make the choice for them, whether they want to be the flexible ones or whether they want to play team fight.
Do they want to go for the Faramis here from DEWA United? Like, I still like the idea that Faramis, Cloud Altar is still great and all, but his second skill doesn't hurt as much as before, especially if there's no blue around. So
I think it's Valentina Kaja or something like that, right?
I think Valentina's would play a little bit better if you want to try and mirror the real motivation. But no, Fredrin comes in, Lanaya will be playing it. But okay, completely off the mark. Question here is, are we going to see a double mage?
I actually quite like this a lot, right?
Is this a roam Kadita?
See, that's the thing. It's the flex pick. It's a double flex pick on the red side, and whenever you see a double flex pick, it makes you question a lot about your matchups in your current draft flow. I was gonna say overflow, but that doesn't really make any sense. Coming back to Rebellion Zion here, when you look at this, right, it's like not sure where the Kadita is going to go. The Kaja was left open essentially. Still, both sides not willing to take it, but Rebellion Zion will go for the blind pick carry. They only see one tank. They don't know if DEWA United Esports is still going to move down in that direction, and it's great that they pick up the Kaja to deny it from DEWA United Esports so that the Divine Judgment can't stop the RWM.
Yeah, I think this is something that it's very smart as well, because having Kadita playing the Petrify can be easily countered with either the Purify as well, which is very something that a lot of teams has slowly adapted as well. Time Journey is also a great one that you do with it. So I think, like you said as well, the denial pick, pretty much, if DEWA United picks the Kaja, it pretty much a guarantee kill on whoever he pulls with the outcoming from Kadita, right? So I guess that's the idea. But DEWA United,
Wow.
wow, they're pretty hyped up.
That's super bold, right? I mean, yes, you win the lane, but does it necessarily make you win the game? Not so much. I think I would have liked to see a Valentina here and seen the Kadita put into the support role. It might be one of those situations where the support doesn't really like it, like the Kadita as a roamer overall, but hard to say until we get into that interview.
Wow, this is tough, you know, to actually draft against DEWA United because of this Kadita. Because, like, the reason why I say it's hard, because I still have a very, very soft spot for Novara because of the fact that double mage role with Novara, it's annoyingly hard to play against. In terms of map vision control, right? But when it comes to Rebellion Zion, especially now with Helker being banned, it's how to actually counter those kind of vision control.
Yeah, artillery mages in general.
Yeah, it's just extremely annoying to do with. And you can see DEWA United, they're just banning off assassin junglers once again. And I feel like if they were deciding to go for this angle of double mages, assassin junglers are one of the biggest annoyance that DEWA United Esports is going to face. And taking away Hayabusa, taking away a Link, pretty much guarantees those mages to, in terms of safety, and forces opponents to overcommit.
I agree with you. I think this is, if DEWA United Esports decide to ban out another assassin, it would indicate that they probably want to go for like a double mage setup in the mid lane. However, if we're talking about priority here, it's kind of tough because I feel like Rebellion Zion with the Kajan as well as Yi pick, it's very difficult for them to get punished. So unless we see a Lilia for the side of DEWA United Esports, then that's probably going to be the priority here, especially for that fourth pick after this ban. So let's see. Are our suspicions correct?
Okay.
Is it going to be the case?
Now, speaking of suspicions, we do see a lot of trend into a Franco pickup as well. So if you're talking about suppression playstyles in terms of mirroring here, suppress coming from Kaja is great, but a suppress from Franco does set up for the Kadita as well. So would you say that DEWA United might be playing the Franco pickup? I don't think so.
I think they can save it. I honestly think they can save it because their EXP lane and jungle is still a big question mark here. And I think with the indicators that we've seen so far, I think it's going to be a Martis pick for the side of DEWA United Esports. If not, if they want to go really, really safe, they can still go for the Fredrin into the jungle and then show off a blind pick in the EXP lane, but probably wouldn't be the most ideal.
What? Okay, I like that Rebellion Zion is thinking in the same hit space as us. They're expecting like a double mage composition. The Valentina was extremely annoying from game 1 as well. Multiple times, you know, Terrify kind of messed up, I think, Heis's gameplay with his Melissa multiple times now. So I guess they just don't really want to deal with it.
I mean, think of it this way, right? Would you rather to deal with the Valentina or the Lilia? Exactly, right? If you had to choose between the Valentina and as well as the Lilia, which would you rather fight? And keep in mind that if the Valentina goes through, Divine Judgment, RWM, all will be accessed by DEWA United Esports.
You know, Gideon, sometimes I'm proud of myself, where I still got it, man. I saw this a mile away. This is a double mage composition.
I mean, yeah, it is.
I'm proud that we still got it, man.
You're not that old.
I'm old, but I'm proud I'm still got it.
It's not like you have amnesia or anything.
Well, I've got a leg injury, so
that's still not amnesia. But let's look at the Rebellion Zion, right? They're going to be finishing off their composition here. They see the Lilia. They just need some hard CC to lock her down. They've already got the Divine Judgment. So the question is, what goes into the EXP lane to punish this? We do see the Martis pick up for the side of Rebellion Zion just to deny DEWA United Esports, and Lapu definitely something that was actually working out well for them.
This is scary because if you think about it here, right now DEWA United Esports, they need another tankier hero because you can't just solely depend on Fredrin zoning out the lanes, right? You've got Rebellion Zion, you've got a Kaja who can isolate pickups. Martis and Lapu can zone people on multiple fronts. I feel like DEWA United Esports, if they go for a very, very tanky one, it needs to be a hero that can actually zone off carry one-on-one. And there are not a lot of tanky heroes that can actually do that.
I mean, the Yuzong is already gone, so this is just credit to Rebellion Zion's banning, right? They got rid of the glue. They also got rid of the Yuzong as well. So now they were United Esports.
Even with the Lapu Lapu denial pick as well. So this is a very difficult spot.
Yep.
And
Terizla
forced to go for Terizla.
Yep.
Is Terizla strong enough to threaten carry?
Absolutely not. I mean, he's I mean, that's the problem. If you're a tank, you're going up against carry. It's not the most fun time in the world. Yes, you may get 1 or 2 kills in the earlier stages, but as soon as she gets that Winds of Nature, it's basically a non-factor at that point of time. But it's all about free hitting, right? So even if as an EXP laner you blow a Winds of Nature, it gives everybody else an opportunity, especially if they're using physical damage, to win out the fight at the end.
Now, speaking of playstyles here, it seems like DEWA United, they are going to be banging a lot on Shaco, trying to catch off the carry in towards the entirety of the game. So the Petrify combo is going to be very, very interesting. I'm excited to see what kind of battle spells Rebellion Zion is going to go, because as of now, the drafts has pretty much been set from both teams. DEWA United, 1 game away from advancing, while Rebellion Zion, 1 game away from being eliminated. This is going to be the elimination match. Without further ado, we're going to be jumping straight into its game number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Rebellion Zion versus the DEWA United Esports.
The Rebellion on the blue side with DEWA on the red side here. Both will start on the same side of the map. Purple for orange, so that's going to be the top side here. Now, where they're going to start attacking on the map first is going to be very interesting, right? Because this level 1 rotation, instantly we see that in this case, Rebellion Zion wants to affect the gold lane as much as they can. Melissa generally has a bit of an advantage against the carry, especially at level 1, unless you sit in the light wheel.
True, but at the same time, Highest Armor, he did go for the Purify, so that is going to be clear indications of DEWA United going to be dodging Shaco a little bit more. So it's going to be a tough time for Shaco. Hopefully he's going to get a little bit more pickoffs, but it seems once again, DEWA United, they are going to be shifting the focus on playing the gold lane now as an opening coming from both sides instead of mid-pressure.
Yeah. Vincent a level ahead because he was able to secure the Lethal Wanderer, but the bottom side is pretty...
Oh my goodness, Sway Lord taking a lot of damage coming from Ashura as well as Shaco, the combo coming in. They even forced a Petrify from Shaco, so I guess that's not going to be a Petrify until he has his form, or is it going to be enough time?
I don't think it matters here. There's other ways to set up. Lanaya can, look for the taunt. Dykeson still has his flicker with the penalty zone as well. So there are other ways to kind of set this combination up, even without the Petrify.
Well, speaking of which, bottom lane, we do see heavy pressures on towards cars here. I'm surprised that Dyson was able to chip cars that low as a Terizla. I didn't expect Terizla to just bully Lapu Lapu here.
What?
Like, I know Terizla has been buffed, but for Dixon to actually bully him this hard, that's kind of scary.
Look, you haven't seen the matchup too very often here. As an EXP laner, this is a very common matchup, especially for those who go for like the Lapu Lapu very first pick. I've seen a lot of people punish it with the Terizla. Just look at that early game damage, man.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Easy turtle being picked out from DEWA United because of Terizla zoning out. And I guess with this in play here, they are going to try and force a fight. Here comes the catch coming in from Lanaya, and Shaco just obliterates Rainbow.
What did I tell you? You don't necessarily need Petrify to set it up, especially at the highest level. Shaco, he does have his Petrify, so there's an oppostunity to potentially dive topside. But you look at that wave, it's about to crash into the turret.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried as well.
Oh, no movement?
Oh, okay. Sway Lord is just, not going to be committing too much.
Oh, Shaco doesn't have mana.
And Shaco, oh no, the Rainbow.
It's fine. It's fine. He'll
well
eventually get out, but the problem is that he doesn't have mana. If he had mana to do the full combination, I think he is bolting his way down to, up topside. Unfortunately, missing that timing, not the biggest deal in the world, but let's see how they play this out now.
Yep. Speaking of the plays here, Rebellion, they are going to try and protect High's armor once again. He still has his Purify, so he's not going to be afraid too much of coming from Shaco mode, but still, it is going to be a risky composition if they do not have High's his farm. So in this case, DEWA United, they need to try and punish as much as possible, but here comes the pickoff. Divine Judgment comes in. Ashura gonna be forced to go away. He does trap 2 players. He is gonna try to make a run for it here, but Vincent will get a very, very easy kill. Lanaya shows himself a little bit more, but the rest of the team coming from DEWA United not gonna be good enough to provide assistance. Shaco missing the combo. He's gonna be all by himself, but he will get out.
No, he can play very aggressive here. He knows that Swaylord doesn't have the Divine Judgment, and he still has the rough wave, so he still technically has an escape mechanism, even if the Ocean oddity is on cooldown. However, what I want to see from DEWA United Esports is to put a little bit more pressure down by that bot side, right? Because while this was all happening, did Fredrin need to be there? And unfortunately, yes, because 4 members of Rebellion Zion was committed to this top side, right? I want to see the invades because Lanaya needs to get a level lead.
Oh, Lanaya, they really wanted that kill on the Sway Lord here as well. That was very, very unfortunate. So that is going to give a little bit more space with Rebellion Zion. So this first turtle, going to be a stalemate for now. It is going to be in control for DEWA United, while Rebellion Zion, they need to force a fight as well. Vincent doesn't have his purple buff. Cars, they are looking for a fight as well. From the side, they are going to go for the Shaco, and Shaco bursts down Cars. And that is going to be a 1-for-1 trade here. And now the rest of the team from Rebellion, they are scrambling here as DEWA United slowly picks them apart. Renbu doesn't do too much with the real-world manipulation, while Shaco is going to be annoying the rest of the team from Rebellion.
I get very nervous seeing a Fredrin utilize the Appraiser's Rat there, but no gray health, it basically does nothing. But it's very, very deceptive at times. Extremely deceptive.
True, true. But now, speaking of the items here, what are your thoughts on this? I do see Molten Nelson still being purchased as well. Oh, we do see an early Steel Lake Leggings coming in from the Fredrin here, so not gonna rush. Maybe Dreadnought, not even gonna rush Sky Garden, maybe?
No well, we'll see later on depending on the game state, but I think Rebellion Zion, especially for Vincent, right? You can tell that he has a bit of gold lead so far on him, on his opponent.
Oh my goodness, Dyson, he's just baiting here. Cars is just dropping really low, but here he comes. He's gonna be bait, forces the flicker, misses the combo, but Cars, guess what? He went back into his Shaco's position, but saves his ult, doesn't even need it. Wow, bottom lane here, Rebellion, they're trying to force a fight on Lanaya with the Divine Judgment. He's gonna get tripped away and eventually gets picked apart by Hyde's armor. So Rebellion, they do get a trade off on this bottom lane though.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate there. I wish that Lanaya decided to head down bottom side rather than path towards the Tribe Rush so you can pull them towards Azure Skies and maybe they look for a trade.
Trades here, DEWA United, they're not exactly healthy actually contest this here.
Sure
Why are they
dead.
doing? Ashura, he gets bursted up by his armor. They're a little bit afraid of Sui Law, miscommunication. And Rebellion Zion gets a free turret on top of it all and a free kill on for Hyde's armor.
A pretty big miscommunication, as a matter of fact. I mean, I'm going to assume that Keys just had no resources left, right? No Shadow Balls to proc. Unfortunately, no way to get the reset with the Black Shoes because it was on cooldown during that time. So that's fine. DEWA United Esports, they lose bot tier 1, not the worst in the world. They still have traded top tier 1. It's all about these neutral objectives. Okay. And there's the soul kill.
Yep, that is a very, very nice kill coming from Shaco as well. They punish Renbu, so this actually opened things up for the Turtle. And Rebellion Zion, they do have concealed plays. Once again, they are going to try and punish on Sway Lord as well. They do have the damage to burst him down, but he is going to die. But Dyson will secure the penalty zone here. Shaco will lose to Cars, and Cars, once again, is going to try and disrupt the back lines, and he successfully does so because DEWA United could not advance more. But at expense, do they get Cars in? No, they do not. Vincent will be bringing down Dyson with him, so that is going to be a beautiful space being made by Cars.
Yep, it looks like Rebellion Zion are just dedicated to the fight.
Oh
right?
my goodness.
Oh,
Okay.
No, you don't want to see that. I mean, geez, after all of that, man. Now Rebellion Zion has the initiative, right? They did lose out on the neutral objective, but it's not the end of the world. It's all about how much gold you can gain across the map. And if you look at the gold differentials, it hasn't really changed that much. 6 to 5 kill score, it's been very even throughout this past 7 minutes.
You know, this is kind of surprising because at this stage, I feel like DEWA United, they should be losing a little bit harder considering the fact that they have been choosing fights around this carry. And as long as this carry survives, it is going to be very difficult to actually win this fight. But now the Divine Judgment comes in, Sway Lord instantly gets punished as is right under tier 1. So Rebellion Zion, they're overcommitting for something that they should not, but they do lose Winston as well. They trade off Shaco, but was it worth it for Rebellion?
No, it wasn't 2 for 1. That's always going to be a good trade for DEWA United as they take the initiative back, evening up the kill score to 7 to 7. If you look at the goal earned, right now, Dyson is actually the richest guy, right? Competing 200 gold, in a matter of fact, higher than Highs as the dedicated goal laner for Rebellion Zion.
Well, that's no longer an XP laner, man. Based on what we're seeing, that's not an XP laner. Perisla is just one scary guy right now. And in this case, Dyson, he is doing a fantastic job with his penalty zone as well. He's getting the right targets multiple times here. He's been able to disrupt Vincent. He's been able to disrupt Renbu multiple times. And I feel like this is a situation where Rebellion Zion, they need to play around Hyde's armor a little bit better But at the same time, if they do that, that pretty much gives them a one-dimensional for DEWA United to actually just dive him in off the lane.
I personally think that one of their biggest problems right now is that they don't have that raw type of burst, right? Nobody has been really getting this huge level lead, in a matter of fact. I mean, look, Lanai is level 11 compared to level 12 from the side of Vincent. Only a 1 level difference, but he doesn't have the burst.
Now, first ward in the play, coming in for game number 2 here. Revolution has been used from Red Bull trying to zone them out. DEWA United just ignoring him here, but Keys, he does have the magic shoes, uses the Purify, but at the same time, they are going to be clumping in. Dixon out of position, gets bursted down by Winston. Melissa doing a fantastic job just chipping out damage, but the rest of Rebel and Zion, they get out with the Scalp HP. Keys going to be isolated as well, but doesn't have the space to actually pick them apart, considering that he is going to be out of, well, he's going to be out of charges because that is going to be Cars chipping it away.
Out of charges, out of luck there. Rebellion Zion take it very, very well. This fight has been honestly pretty clean from them, right? I was expecting that DEWA United was going to get away, especially since Lilia wasn't locked down by the Divine Judgment, but some good team fighting, and also a pick here by the mid lane could secure the deal. Yep, Lanaya dies, and that's going to be a free Lord.
Yeah, that's pretty much a Fredrin killer right there. Carry instantly, just nothing much you can do in terms of all this kind of overall team fight. And now Rebella is just walking over everyone coming from DEWA United from all fronts. Absolutely nothing they can do. And even the Melissa, look at this. Cars, he's just tanking through all this damage. Oh my goodness.
Yep, using the Raging Slash and with the help of a couple of kills, Festival of Blood, plus a Bloodless Axe, just out healing the raw damage coming out from Azura.
I don't know about you guys. If you guys do watch a lot of MPOMY for multiple seasons, you can hear the smirk literally from his face. It's like, yeah, that's my boy. That's my hero, baby.
Yeah.
Lapu's my hero. You know, I love it.
Lapu,
you know, that's
man.
yeah.
He's my signature pick.
You can hear the smirk off Gideon's face.
I'm very happy with it, you know. I'm very happy when I see a Lapu do well because it's an impressive hero to play.
Yep, speaking of impressive, now Waylord with the flicker plays. He tries to go for Divine Judgment. Dixon tries to go for the punish. And Tier 1 still stands. Waylord gets the kill. And this is going to be the over-aggression that Rebellion Zion is known for. And DEWA United, they are going to punish this. Vincent also getting caught out. They got highs on top of it all. Not sure what Rebellion was thinking, but DEWA United is got to be happy with that play.
They wanted to open things up. I mean, the idea was good. The idea was really, really good. The Kaja almost had it down, but just couldn't execute on getting the Divine Judgment. DEWA United reacted better.
Oh my goodness, Case, he's tanking his way through. He's forcing the fight, but no minions to lifesteal for him. As Ashura's right will pick him apart, but you know, if there was minions, he was able to get so much lifesteals, but the moment the minions die, nope, Ashura's gonna win here.
Look, I mean, Rebellion Zion are literally willing to die for this mid-tier 1, right? They don't want this EXP lead to fall into the hands of Lanaya. We saw what happened the last time, and so far, when we look at neutral objectives, right, yes, they got all 3 turtles. Who cares? We got a Lord. We can do it again.
Yep, speaking of which, Tier 1 still stands though. That's the problem. Like, I was very surprised they made the play, considering that the Tier 1 down mid was about 80% health. They just couldn't chip away.
The thing is that there's nothing else to fight for on the map, right? Do you really want to start contesting, start invading into the enemy jungle? Probably not. And knowing that the Lord is going to be spawning in about 1 minute or so, you can technically throw away a kill just to protect your mid-tier 1.
Now, speaking of damage department as well, Red Bull is the highest DPS as of now, but immediately when I speak of that, DEWA United, they've got 2 Radiant Armor to actually counter that as well. So technically, if there wasn't a Radiant Armor, he would be doing even more now.
I don't know. I think they might also need to consider picking up at least an Athena shield, because Shackle Mode has been finding quite a number of kills on the map, and he's not going mystery shop, right? He's not trying to greed out on his items as a support. He just wants to get the damage now.
Fair enough. But what was really surprising as well is that Shackle, he actually got the Clock of Destiny at 10-minute mark, which is pretty late to think about it as a roamer.
Yeah, it is pretty late, but let's not forget he is playing Kadita in the roam position, right? You're not getting active gold unless you have, well, unless you get like what, I don't know, 6-7 kills. Then maybe it could have come out sooner.
True, but at the same time, it is going to be stalemate here. Lanaya going to try and bait things out. Rebellion trying to scout a position from DEWA United, but guess what? They don't really have information about this.
I mean, DEWA United is going for the process of elimination, right? They have the Terizla hovering around the midsection. They use the Magic Sentry on top side and now bottom side to just double confirm whether or not there is going to be people there. So they know Rebellion Zion are either hiding around their side of the map or positioning around this Lord.
True, but in this case, Rebellion, once again, still going to be checking their ways through. But that's the thing, right? When it comes to checking bushes in this, wouldn't you say that Novar is in the picture right now? if there wasn't a Warrior.
Would you rather having Varia over Lilia? I would say I would much rather Lilia.
I would rather have Lilia right now as well. But speaking of which, it is going to be the rock, paper, scissors game. It is going to be a stalemate. Rebellion slowly inching for mid.
Yeah, because look at the way. Oh!
Okay. Here comes the pull. Lanaya gets pulled into carry. He is going to try to survive his way through, but he still has the appraisal's wrath. He could turn things alive. Does he get connect? And yes, he does. Obliterates cars, and that is going to be just turned around as DEWA United will dive his way through. Dixon misses the penalty zone, but Aiza Moore is going to be forced to back up. And look at this, Keys is ready to zone him up, and that's going to be Rebellion losing 3 just like that.
Rebellion, my guys, you got to remember what your win condition is going to be. It's highs. Highs is this win condition. As soon as those spells come out from the side of DEWA United Esports, you back up, you call it off, and you're fighting in the worst position for your side of the map. Why do you want to fight behind the board pit and funnel yourself into the tri-brush? As soon as you cross that border, you bait out spells, you walk backwards, regroup with the team.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate as well. Overcommitment, DEWA United. I feel like Rebellion, they had the right idea. They were hoping that Highest does have enough damage to potentially 1 to 2 shot Lanaya with the Divine Judgment, but did not expect Lanaya to be a little bit too much tankier in that regard. I think he has the Dreadnought armor already. No, he actually doesn't, which is kind of surprising if you think about it.
Yeah, they got to keep in mind here, the win conditions for DEWA United Esports is going to be playing a traditional front-to-front. They are so good at peeling backwards into these funnel points, then look for the re-engage with Dyson as well as the flicker, or maybe even shackle mode, right? For Rebellion Zion, on the other hand, they need to recognize that the front-to-front isn't as strong because Melissa is able to hit multiple targets.
Speaking of front-to-front, concealed plays comes in. Shackle gets caught out. He still has the out. Finally pops in the last tick. That's going to be a lot of utilities being expended here. Now Azura, he's going to do his magic, but the rest of Rebellion, they're going to lose Highest from the sides as well. Everyone is getting picked off here, and Rebellion a little bit too far out of their home base, and they get picked off one by one. And now the real blue chick coming from Red Bull is just taking away, and DEWA is just saying, you know what, there's nothing you can do. Game's over, GG well played, because now they get the wipeout, and DEWA United, they will get the 2-0. And here comes the recall spams on Rebellion Zion, and he doesn't even die.
He's flexing! He's flexing! What a great game, an Ascension match technically for DEWA United as they take down a Tier 1 MPL Indonesian team that has been franchised. Well done, a clean sweep. The Tier 2s rise.
GG, well played to DEWA United Esports. A very, very clean game indeed. Beautiful, beautiful game. And, you know, I did not expect that, but DEWA United, patience pay off.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Temper yourselves. Calm yourselves down. They were making the right calls. Both of these teams were making some really good calls, but unfortunately for unfortunately, when we look back at Rebellion Zion here, it just boiled down to how they kind of maintained their resources, right? There were so many things and so many factors that they had to keep in mind, but it's hard to force a situation out of DEWA United Esports since they are the ones,